Hey YouTube, it's LTS Crypto. Are you too broke to do crypto? Well, let me take you back in time. Let me take you back to probably I don't even remember exactly. It was January. It was January. Was it? It was January before COVID. If that should tell you anything. And it was before the last really good bull run that we had, and my second to oldest son, who was my twin, I gave birth to him. If you ever saw him, he looks just like me, minus the beard. But he said, I bought some Bitcoin. And I was like, you bought some Bitcoin? He goes, yeah. And I was like, well, how did you do that? He goes, well, I got me a Coinbase account, and then I started buying me some Bitcoin, and it's already doubled in value. And I was like, doubled in value. Now I first of all, I'm not. You can look right over there. It says not financial advice. Not a financial advisor, but I am a graduate of the UAB School of Business. I got my bachelor's in business science of business management. Okay. And you talk about investing in finance, and if you double your money in a month, that's incredible returns. I thought, what is going on? It can't last. And then it kept going. Okay, so I was like, okay, if it doubles like it does, and I put in whatever pocket change I can put, I'm going to be rich. You know, because you do auto compounding interest, and you keep reinvesting and keep putting back in. And it's incredible, okay? And you can go on these websites and look, auto compounding calculators, put in just an amount and look, if you auto compound every month or so. All right, well, anyway, I didn't have any money. And so I thought I didn't have money, and that's what we're going to discuss today. Are you too broke to do crypto? Because we're in a bear market. And some of y'all have seen it. You get in a bear market, you start throwing money in it, and then when the bull market hits, you're rich. You're rich. But the issue I was having is people were getting rich, and I hadn't put anything in there. And so it made me do some stupid things. It does something to your brain. But in a bear market, if you start systematically putting some money in, you'll make good money. Not financial advice. Now, going back again and looking at how I started, we started with Coinbase. And I started making the realization that I did have money. I thought I didn't, but I did. I've got a wife that's unable to work. She's disabled. And I'm a minister. I don't make a lot of money as a minister. And if I did, if I started making good money at that, I'd probably be suspect for some people. Not saying you can't, but I'm just saying. And I started looking, and the church actually gave me, get this, they gave me a $24 a week raise. There's nothing to sneeze at. And what I did was I took that $24 and I put that $24 into cryptocurrency. And that was the beginning of my crypto journey. Now, had to start asking some questions because was I really broke? Was I really broke? And so I started looking at my bills. I thought, well, can I get more money? Can I get some more money out of my check? And I thought, well, I could quit paying an offering, to the church. But that's, I try to be obedient in my giving, and I try to, be a liberal giver. So I didn't want to do that. But then I started looking, well, what bills do I have? Well, I said, well, hold on a sec. We have some credit that we haven't paid off. We haven't, and so I started looking. I thought, well, let's freeze the credit. We had a PayPal account that had like $1,000 credit limit, and I thought, well, I'm gonna freeze that. Can't use it no more because it was so convenient. It was just so convenient. Froze that, and it started getting paid off. All right, next thing you know, I had it up to, I started having $77 a week to put into cryptocurrency. Now, let's just go through it real quick, okay? Because are you too broke to do cryptocurrency? Are you too broke to be in this bear market and build up some bags that's going to give you some good returns during this bull market? All right, let's go through, and I'll just, this is from experience. I'm telling you from experience, but I'll show you it's just not me, it's other people. You're saying, well, you're just a fool because, you should have got your degree earlier. You shouldn't have been a minister. You should have got something that paid good money. You shouldn't have married a wife that has disabilities. She was okay when we were married. she kind of went downhill after a while, but I'm not going to put her down. But I want to look at just some basic things, and I want you to consider: do you have the money? First of all, if you're not working and you don't have a stream of income coming in, that's a problem. Okay, that's a major problem. If you have no income coming in at all, that's a problem. If you got a little bit, you can work with a little bit. All right, and maybe that you need to spend a month or 2 or 6 months looking for something that pays better. Okay, that may be an issue. You need to identify what is the problem. Maybe it is a car payment, right? You say, well, you got to have a car payment. No, you don't. No, you do not. You do not have to have a car payment. Matter of fact, if you don't have a car payment, that means you don't have a loan on a car. You can have a car that needs some paint, that has a little bit of shimmy in the front end. I'm speaking from experience. May have to work on your own things on your car, but you don't have to have a car payment. And then when you have a car that's paid off, you don't have to have full coverage insurance. In the state of Alabama, all you have to have is liability, and it's way cheaper than full coverage. And if you have a wreck, throw it away. I think Biggie Smalls said, "I'll throw it away and get another one." Right? Okay. Well, you can do that with junker cars as long as they'll get you from point A to point B. All right. This is not permanent. This is not permanent. You are doing things to where you have money to put into investments where you can make life-changing money. Okay. All right. So, cars. Are you having a car payment? Can you sell the car? Get something cheaper. I mean, I've heard some extreme cases of people selling the car and getting a moped. I'm not saying to do that because wintertime or it's raining, but I've heard of people doing that. All right. Get extreme with it, if you have to. But, going over to USA Today, it says that, and this is from 2019, so it's not even up to date, but it says you don't need that. Average American spends almost $18,000 a year on non-essentials. $18,000. Now imagine investing all that in Bitcoin when it first came out. You see, we're not looking at it right. We're in a bear market. Nobody's excited about all this going on because everything's down. But could you imagine putting this money into something that would blow up like Bitcoin did, or Ethereum, or even Shiba Inu, but which I'm not suggesting that you get into that. But the thing is, you're missing out in investments because you can't stop buying non-essentials. And it goes through, it tells you some things. Do you need restaurant meals? You don't need to eat at a restaurant. Matter of fact, me and my wife are on keto, and it's very difficult to eat at a restaurant. So we have to make our own meals, and it's worked out well. We have to purchase and kind of prepare our meals, and it's worked out better. We don't eat out. Drinks. We drink water or coffee when we're at the house. This is decaf, by the way. But coffee's cheap. Decaf tea or tea, unsweet tea is what we generally make here. Very cheap to make. So you're not spending $200 a month on drinks. Buying your lunch. You take your lunch. Impulse purchases. Yes. Have you ever been on Amazon and just saw something? It's down to a science. They're trying to take your money. All right. I've got an Amazon Prime membership. They want your money. Ride shares, personal grooming, and I'll tell you what, you're going to see a lot more of this because it's kind of expensive to get a haircut, right? Cable, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. Do you really need 5 services or just need one? Like Amazon Prime has got its own, videos. but so I gotta have such and such. Do you really? Okay. Gym classes and memberships. And I'll tell you what, so well, you got to be healthy. Let me tell you what I do. We over here in Demopolis, we have some of the nicest parks. We have some of the nicest parks in the state. Every so often they flood, but they are nice. And they also have these workout trails, pull-up bars, dip bars. They've got they've got like a little pavilion area, and they got this running track. Or not, it's not running. It's a walking track, but you can run it. And I'm usually out there about every day, and it's one of the best workouts you can get. Do whatever workouts out there. Do the push-ups. Don't have to have any kind of equipment for that. And it's free. It's absolutely free, except for the gas money to drive 2 miles up the road and do that. All right. Music streaming services. I do pay for Amazon high definition music. I do. Okay. Long story, but we have some more income coming in. So, bottled water. we bought a water filter. Okay. So, are you really broke? Are you just not handling your money correctly? Now, the other thing is when you go look, there's several services. I was finding this Mint Life blog, which is from Intuit, which does the QuickBooks, and they've got all kind of ways where you can keep track of your money, because a lot of this is that you don't keep track of where your money is. The fact that like I have Dropbox is essential for what I do, somewhat essential for what I do. And it is way cheaper to pay for it for the yearly subscription than it is to pay it monthly. But yet, when it comes around, do you have the $100 or so to pay for the annual? Well, no. Well, let me tell you, there's a thing called escrow. That means you have your little notepad, and I got little index cards in here. And if I have Dropbox, every month I take that monthly bill out and I save it for the end of the year. Same thing for Christmas. Christmas, put it in escrow, and I got a little index card, and I do it. And that money goes into my savings, or wherever you won't touch it until it's time to pay the bill, and then you save that amount as well. Same thing with paying for Amazon Prime over the yearly, on the annual instead of the monthly. If you get control of your money that way, then all of a sudden you've got that additional savings on top, because you're doing it in car insurance. If you pay your car insurance annually, you save a ton, but not many people are able to just shell out thousands of dollars, which we have 4 cars. It's thousands of dollars. So, pay $200 something, and we haven't got to that point yet where we've saved that amount up. Working on it, but okay. So, get control of your money. Know where it's going. Get a plan. The other thing, you say, okay, well, I do. I have control of my money. I've got a certain amount. I've got $20 a week. And because I've been there. $24 a week. $24 a week. All right. I've got that. Now what? All right. Then start looking for ways that you can make crypto for nothing. All right. Now there's a couple things, and I'll put these down in the bottom so that you can, in the comment, or not the comments, but in the show notes. If you look on airdrops.io, there's actually a whole bunch of like latest airdrops. The thing is, I'm not real familiar with these, but I am familiar with some of the Twitter people that are familiar with it, and they give detailed instructions. Miles, who is with Crypto Banter, every so often has a really good breakdown of a ongoing airdrop. The issue with airdrops, and something I have found out with airdrops, is that airdrops are wanting to reward people that are early adopters of their technology, early adopters of the user of their wallet or their platform. They were there in the beta testing stage, that they were helping to fix the bugs and things like that. And so often, when you look at these airdrop directions, there's a lot of hoops to be jumping through, basically to fool them into thinking that you are the early adopters. that you are one that is in there trying to help them set the project up. And that's what's going through their mind. They're trying to figure out those who are the early adopters so they can be rewarded. I remember I was, of course, Geist, big Geist. I should give me a Geist cheerleader outfit. But Geist Finance was one of the first things that I really got serious about. I said, I found something. I found it, and I started heavily investing in it as much as I could without being overbalanced, and have like this humongous Geist bag and then nothing in BTC and nothing in ETH. But the process was, because I was early and I was a believer and I was just everything that they said, I was in there. Everything they said to try, I tried, and next thing you know, I started getting it's the Solidex token and the Sodly token. It was airdropped. And I was like, what? And then Valis. Like I started getting a Valis token. I was like, okay. Because I was an early adopter of the system, and they were replicating the system. And these other, Valis was not Phantom, but BNB. And so they were replicating the system. And so they wanted you to come over to BNB. They wanted people that were active in the community. Okay, so that's the airdrop thing. All right. So just go on Twitter, and you'll see that and I want to say there are a lot of scams. There's a lot of scams, and there's a lot of people who say, send me your address or whatever, and I'll send you some cryptocurrency, or take it with a grain of salt. Okay, don't do anything stupid. All right. But when I first started, one of the biggest gains I made was in learn and earn. And again, it was Coinbase, because I was in Coinbase trying to learn as much as I could. And if you're a newbie, if you're just starting out, this is doubly good. Okay, number one, you're getting free cryptocurrency, but second, you're also becoming familiar with the platforms. When you go to Coinbase, Coinbase, click out of that. Say learn about crypto and get rewards. Discover how specific cryptocurrencies work and get a bit of each crypto to try it out for yourself. And it's usually like, look, $4 of GRT of the Graph token, $3 of AMP, $3 of shopping coin, $3 of NEAR. Okay, and Coinbase is not the only one to do this. There's also you look over here on Coinly.io, and it gives you, so you got Coinbase Learn and Earn, you got Binance Learn and Earn, CoinMarketCap Earn, Femex Learn and Earn. So just Cake DeFi Learn and Earn, which I guess that's from PancakeSwap. But anyway, yeah, go check it out. And again, I'll put these in the show notes in the bottom. The other thing, and I had already done I did a video on this, just saying it was my best investment ever, and it was. And it had to do with Coinbase, and it really has to do with any one that has a card that gives you back rewards in cryptocurrency. And I'll just show you. Your Coinbase card, which is free, you just have to apply for it. You add USDC to your account, like you'll buy USDC, and because it's part of their system, you can buy USDC for free. There's no fees for it. Now, Coinbase is absolutely horrible with fees. Horrible if you trade, horrible if you send. It seems like they get you with their fees. They're horrible. Of all of them, they're horrible with their fees, okay? But if you stick with their system of buying USDC and then using that to pay on your Coinbase card, there's no fees. There's no fees for it. Then I was getting 4% back of Graph token. I was getting 4% back on Stellar Lumens. This last month, they went down to 1% on everything. So I don't know what the deal is, but my expectation in 13 days, when this little block of rewards is over with, I expect another 4. Coinbase, I expect another 4% is what I expect of something. Whatever the 4% is, I don't care how it's performing. 4% is better than 1%. I don't care. All right. So check for your rewards. There's also rewards on crypto.com, and the only thing about that is that you have to be staking like $400 worth of their Crow token before you start getting the benefits of it. But it's still there. It's possible. Okay. But Coinbase, you just start earning rewards. All right. All right. Well, I say all this to say, are you too broke? Are you too broke to do crypto? No. No, you're not. And I'll tell you, if you're sitting here saying, no, you don't know my situation, I am, then maybe you need to spend a little time figuring out what the issue is. Maybe it's finding a new job. Maybe it is finding, maybe if you got some tremendous bills. And I'll just tell you this, I mean, you're talking to somebody who's had tremendous tax bills, tremendous medical bills, and have had to work through that and have been in debt and had to. The thing I can tell you is that when you work through them, a lot of you have to trust God with, but when you work through them, you're stronger on the other side. You're stronger. You're a stronger person because you kept going. And that's the thing. Get in there and keep going. If you are wondering about what to do, you say, well, you need to, as this blog says, you need to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start now. You need to start now. Because it's been a great journey. And the hope that this has given me of a fantastic future, because I just started and I worked through it and I made mistakes and I worked through the issues, but you got to start. You've got to mess up. And at each one of these stages that I have given you, I have messed up and had to start over and just start from point zero. Start over. But yet each time you're stronger and you do it better, and then you figure out, well, I can't do that. I got to do it this way. And you start learning yourself and you say, well, I don't trust myself to do this. And I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes you can't trust yourself. You got to figure out ways to get it out of your reach. But you need to start now. If you have any questions or comments about this, just put them down in the comments. I'd love to hear y'all's advice in this area. I'm sure some of y'all have had it a lot tougher than me and has went through a lot more, and you'll come out on top. Let me know. I want to thank y'all for slowly creeping up on the subscriptions. And it is pretty neat, like every day seeing just a new subscriber. And so it's like my little group of people, and they're reaching out and saying stuff to me. It's fantastic. So I like the interaction. So subscribe if you want to. If it's something that you're interested in, I try to give you value for those interested in cryptocurrency, and trying to help you build your bags up. But hit that notification and the bell, and it'll tell you when the next video is going to come up. And hit the like button. Hit the like button. I know some of y'all like this. I know y'all do. Hit it. Don't hit the dislike button. Just don't. I want to see how long I go without getting a dislike. And some may be funny and hit it. Hit it. That's okay. As long as it's done in good fun, I'll be okay. But again, let me know what y'all think. I will see y'all next video. I'm LTS Crypto. Bye.